Hi everyone and welcome back. Okay, in this tutorial I'm going to talk to you about pirates. I'm joking, but I haven't actually lost it, don't worry. um, basically, when the pirates used to be on the pirate ships, they would hoist up the flag, okay? The flag up the pole, hoisting. That idea of bringing something up. And hoisting is actually something that happens in JavaScript, and how JavaScript can actually treat function declarations and function expressions differently, okay? Right, now, in this course, what we've done so far is we've maybe declared a variable like hero name, assigned it the value of Superman, and then after that, log something out to the console and access that variable. So for example, maybe say let hero name be equal to Superman, semicolon to end the statement, and then maybe we log that out to the console, console.log. I'll do double quotes. Maybe we're saying, I think Superman, no, I think Clark Kent's real name is, and then hero name. Well, what do you think is going to happen? Well, what's going to happen, quite simply, you've seen this before, is, well, we've declared a variable called hero name. We've assigned it the value of Superman. So we're just going to simply log out to the console. I think Clark Kent's real name is hero name, which has a value of Superman. So if we save and refresh, we get, I think Clark Kent's real name is Superman. Okay, so that's kind of behavior that we've seen before. But I have a question for you. What was to happen if I was to delete this line of code here and put it up there? Now I'm trying to say console.log, I think Clark Kent's real name is hero name. Well, is this going to work, right? Because previously we've defined the hero name and then tried to log it out to the console. Where here what I'm doing is I'm trying to log out a variable that it's actually been defined or declared underneath. So what's going to happen? I mean, does JavaScript even treat that variable like it exists? Well, let's find out. We get an error. Cannot access hero name before initialization. What JavaScript is essentially doing is giving out to me. It's saying you've initialized the variable hero name here and assigned it the value. So you can really only access that um, after initialization has taken place. So if I paste that code back down underneath where I've defined it, we're no longer going to get an error. But that's very interesting. Okay, it's very interesting about JavaScript. Now, my question for you is, what happens if I do that with a function declaration and a function expression? What's going to happen? So if I create a function, called say hello, no parameters, and it simply logs out hello you to the console, what happens if I try call or invoke the function up here? So just a moment ago, I tried to log out Clark Kent's real name. Uh, sorry, Clark Kent is the real name. Just a moment ago, I was trying to log out a variable hero name with a value of Superman to the console. But JavaScript was given out to me saying, no, 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 you cannot log that out before initialization. Well, what about function declarations? So do you think we're going to get the same error that I'm trying to call or invoke a function before it has actually been defined? Well, let's find out. What do you think is going to happen? Do we get an error or do we log out hello you to the console? Well, if I save and refresh, we actually get hello you. So we're not getting the same behavior we just saw a moment ago. And this is the concept of hoisting in JavaScript. So what JavaScript is doing is it's hoisting the function declaration. So function declaration will be hoisted to the top of the file in JavaScript. Essentially what's happening is JavaScript is saying, okay, I see this say hello function, but it hasn't been defined or declared. Let me go look throughout the file and see if I can find it. And it's almost as if JavaScript is taking this function and hoisting it above where we've actually made a call to invoke the function, okay? Now the key thing is JavaScript will not actually do this for function expressions, okay? So if I now create a function expression, so remember function expression is a function with no name. So if I say function and we just log out hello to the console, and then I store this function in a variable, so we're going to create our function expression. If I say let say hello be assigned the value of this function, we saw previously that to call or invoke this function we simply need to write out the name of the variable and add parentheses. Okay, so the function has been defined. We have this anonymous function with no name. We've assigned it into the variable say hello. So say hello has been assigned the value of a function, and to call or invoke it, we just write out the name of the variable, and then we have our parentheses. So we've seen this before previously, so that should work for us. But now what happens if I do the same thing I just did a moment ago with the function declaration? If I if I delete, cut and paste that code there and paste it up here, and I save, what's going to happen? Well, let's have a look. We're going to get an error. Cannot access say hello before initialization. So it was the same thing with the variables. So the key point is this. In JavaScript, if you write a function declaration, JavaScript will hoist up the function. So you can actually call or invoke a function before you've declared it in the document, okay? JavaScript will not do this for function expressions. For this reason, some people actually prefer working with function expressions, the whole concept of, you really should define a function before you try invoke it. So that's just something to be aware of. So the key takeaway from this tutorial is JavaScript has this concept called hoisting, okay? Treat a function declaration different to a function expression. JavaScript will hoist up the code from a function declaration, but it will not do that from a function expression. I know that sounds a bit complicated, but we're going to get a lot more practice with functions over the next few tutorials and over the rest of this course. So I'll see you in the next one. Okay, awesome.